How is your perception impacted by the bottom-up versus top-down processing theory? If we aid the participants by using top-down processing, then they should be able to find an intended image more effectively. You form your perceptions and opinions of things based off the gathering of sensory input, and then that is sent to your brain where the information is organized. Here, transduction occurs, which is the conversion of one form of energy into another, and this is where information is carried from the optic nerve. Gestalt psychologists emphasize our tendency to interrogate pieces of information into meaningful wholes. One person may see an upside-down face, whereas one person may see a duck, and this is where our perceptions are influenced by our own experiences. Top-down processes is where we construct perceptions drawing on our experiences and expectations. One may find themselves having perceptual set if they have a mental predisposition to perceive one thing and not another. It could occur due to previously told to look for something or certain ideas that were readily formed. An example of top-down processing would be giving a subject an image and telling them to find X. They would use their preconceived ideas and experiences to look for X. First, we chose a variety of images that have been used to test bottom-up and top-down processing. Then we formulated our question of, how is perception impacted by bottom-up versus top-down processing? Next, we identified an independent variable as the top-down and bottom-up method. We kept all the images consistent with what method we were testing. For example, the rat image would be used for bottom-up processing. We interviewed 20 people and asked them to look at 4 different images. We had 2 based off of top-down processing and 2 of bottom-up, and we used the different processes to see how they would look at the image. From our data, we were able to draw a graph that would represent the rates of each method. Some of our key vocabulary terms were perception, bottom-up processing, top-down processing, priming, perceptual set, and optic nerve. Transduction, psychophysics, and gestalt.
So I'm going to show you an image and you're going to tell me what first comes to your mind when you see it.
2 faces.
Okay. I'm going to show you an image and you're going to tell me what first comes to your mind when you see it.
2 faces. I see 2 faces.
2 people.
Face, that's a pretty common one. Okay. 2 people.
2 faces.
2 faces.
2 people about to kiss.
When you see this image, do you see a cow?
No.
Do you see a cow? Look hard.
Look hard. No.
No.
No. I do not see a cow.
Look hard.
I don't see a cow.
If I see a cow, yeah, I do.
You do see a cow?
Yeah.
What 2 colors do you see when you look at this dress?
Blue and black.
Black and blue. So obviously blue and gold.
It's not an option.
That's not an option.
Well, your option.
What 2 colors do you see when you look at this dress?
Black and blue.
I see white and gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Like actually?
Like actually.
Blue and black.
Blue and black.
Gold and white.
It's blue and black.
I'm going to show you an image and you're going to tell me what you see.
I see butterflies and streaks of black.
I see a knife, it looks like.
No idea.
No.
It's
Blobs of ink. A bunch of blobs.
Just a splatter of paint. I don't see anything.
it's
A mess.
Here we gathered all our data and put it into a data table, and then we separated it from the bottom-up score and the top-down processing. And then we were able to draw our conclusion, which emphasizes that when presenting the designated images, they were able to identify the intended image more easily. So the hypothesis was proved as the average score was 62.5%. We did expect the results of the top-down processing to be higher, as theoretically we were aiding the participants by telling them what to look for. In contrast though, one could argue that people have an easier time to imagine the image themselves than to use sensory input.